our next two speakers understand tyranny as well. They came from a regime complete with tyranny. We have next Nasrin Mohammadi. And Nasrin grew up in Iran. She was a journalist. And after the Khomeini took over in Iran, and her two brothers became activists, and her brother Akbar was killed in jail. Nasrin moved to Germany, and she became the voice of students. And she tried to reach, she met with the European Parliament, good luck on that, human rights organizations, and Amnesty International. So you can imagine it's a tough case. I haven't seen them do very much in fighting tyranny. But that Nasrin documented the torture and murder of her brother in 2006 after 7 years of imprisonment in Iran and torture. The book is Tears and Lashes. We're going to have it out here for a book signing. But we asked Nasrin to say a few words about the experience of her brother, but how this experience relates to us in America and what we should take from it.
Thank you so much, Dr. Stefan, and thank you so much, your friends. You invited me to have a speech and talk about my late brother, about the Iranian people and youngster in Iran, and talk about the Islamic regime and the people that are living in Iran. And most of people, they're going to regime take them to jail. But we have a bigger jail, prison in Iran, the name of Iran, country in Iran. If we have a small jail and regime took many people, political prisoner, youngster, student, they took them jail and torture them. But bigger jail, the name of Iran, because everybody in Iran, the regime tortured them emotionally or physically. They cannot do anything. They don't have freedom at all. They cannot clap. They don't have freedom for whatever they want to wear. There is nothing in Iran. Now, freedom of speech, they cannot even in their house. They don't have freedom, their own house, even their bed. The regime, they're going to attack to people's house and arrest the people, in the privacy. They cannot have their own privacy. I was born the Islamic regime. And I was my elementary school, my middle school, high school, and I got my bachelor's degree in Iran, but I was living in hell. I don't have any good experience. I didn't have really happiness except my open mind family. I'm really appreciated because my family were so open mind. They were my parents, they were born as a Muslim, but they never practiced Islam, and they never asked us to be Muslim or practice. But at the school, like a small hell, we should wear dark stuff. As a 7 years or 8 years old kid, dark cover. We shouldn't cover our hair, long dress, and we couldn't wear, the color for shoes for 7, 8 years old kid. Imagine, how difficult is it? I was almost, I think, 8 years old kid. I was second grade at the school. Our teacher came to the school and asked us, we are going to take your children to stoning a woman to be dead. We didn't know what's it mean. We thought it's a play, it's a game. Look at 7 years or 8 years old kid, doesn't, they cannot understand, doesn't know what is stoning, what is it? I came to home, I asked my parents, I told them, my school teacher asked me to go see a stoning. I was excited, I thought it's game. My parents told me, explained to me what is a stoning, and they forbade me. I didn't go. I got confused. I said, okay, I don't want to see that. That's brutal. one day after that, I went to school. I never forget that one. For the rest of my life, my best friend, she went over there. She saw stoning. And my classmates, most of them, they were over there. Most of my classmates, they got depression. My best friend, I couldn't see her for 1 month. Do you know why? She was in deep, deep depression. You cannot imagine 8 years old kid and watch stoning a woman. It's brutal. Sick. I cannot. I was born in Islamic regime. If you want to understand how brutal is this Islamic regime, is it? You should be born that Islamic regime, and you should be raised that Islamic regime, that brutal Islamic regime. Yeah, Mrs. Darwish, she talked about Islamic regime. She was right. If you won't touch it, you won't feel it. With your heart, with everything, you want to feel sadness, everything, you should born. You guys are lucky. Your answers are so lucky. You weren't born in Iran or any Islamic regime. There is no peace any country, Muslim country. They are advertising here, United States. We have mosque. We have Islam, peaceful Islam. There is no peaceful Islam. It doesn't have meaning. Peace in Islam. Islam, that's been killing, stoning, torturing. This is Islam. This is Muhammad's Islam. Yes, I became Christian in this country. I used to be atheist. I lost my brother, my dear brother. I was so close to him. I love that much. I cannot describe for you guys. I miss him so much. I wish I could talk him, kiss him, and hug him tightly. I was so close to my brother. The regime took my brother. My brother was a man of peace. He was just only student. He chanted on the street. He said, we want freedom. Free religion, freedom, women's freedom. We don't want just Islamic regime. And regime took him to jail. More than 7 years at the jail. Even in prison, they torture him savagely. And when his regime was torture, agent of regime was torturing him in the jail, he was yelling and chanting, Viva freedom! Down with dictator! Down with this Islamic regime! After 7 years, serving 7 years imprisonment, the regime killed him under torture, the dungeon of Evin prison in Iran. My brother, late brother, he was follower of Mahatma Gandhi, Martin Luther King, and Nelson Mandela. And President George Bush mentioned of my late brother on his speech. Many international and national sent their condolence to my family after he was killed, like Amnesty International, U.S. United States Department, President George Bush, and Amnesty International in Europe, Germany, England. My brother was a hero. I'm proud of him. And I do remember, I'm a US citizen. I love United States. I believe United States is my country because I didn't have home. I wasn't safe in Iran. I escaped from Iran and came to Germany, and then I came here because I didn't have home in Iran. I wasn't safe in Iran, but I am safe in Iran. United States gave me home. I can kiss this land. This land is my country. This is my country. But I see, even I saw and I'm seeing many mosques that are here and they're advertising Islam. I'm really afraid. I didn't expect United States there are, they're going to have a mini mosque or they're going to advertise Islam. Even I was in a LA Times Festival. We had a boats over there, and I took my late brother's book. I'm a second writer of this book, Ideas and Lashes. And then I saw as a mosque was over there. They were advertising a mosque over there. That's so weird. In United States, I ran from Iran, I came to here, and around me there are many mosques, and they're advertising Islam, and they're telling Islam is a peace, is bringing peace, peaceful. I cannot believe, I cannot imagine, And then I want to tell you, if you open the United States gates, more than 90% of Iranian people coming to United States. They don't like Iranian government because the stupid government brought out Islamic government in Iran. Almost all of Iranian people, they love United States. They love American people. I do remember my brother, late brother, before he was killed by Islamic regime, he told me, Nasrin, Cyrus, the great king of Persia, gifted human rights as a free to all world. But now we want to human rights cost us dearly, dearly. We don't have any human rights in Iran. And I do remember my late brother diary, he wrote about his, how he was captured in prison, and what kind of torture the regime gave him. Just 30% his diary. He wanted completed his diary after Iran be changed. But the regime didn't give him chance, and he was killed by Islamic regime. And in this book, he wrote a letter after 9/11 happened. He said, I didn't cry when the regime every day was the worst torturing to me. I didn't cry. I didn't yell. Because I didn't want to make them happy. When I cried, the worst torture they gave my brothers. Manusher and Akbar was captured, two brothers. But my brother Akbar, this book about my brother Akbar, late brother, and he said, the worst torture the regime gave me, but I never cried. But when September 9/11 happened, he said, my tears came out. I really felt sad. I was so sad. And for American people, he wrote a letter. My late brother and other brother, Manusher, he was cellmate, and he told, when the regime was torturing, we didn't cry, but our heart belonged to American people who were killed by terrorists. We are so upset. When I gave that letter to many Persian media and many places, they published this letter. Regime understood, Iranian regime, and they tortured them a lot because of that letter. If I tell about youngsters in Iran, or about what happened to my late brother and many students in Iran, is 20 minutes or an hour is not enough. I should talk about hours and hours. A lot of pain and in my heart and sadness and in my shoulder. I do remember 6 years ago, I cannot go back in Iran because I'm political and human rights activist. Me and my uncle, and we went to Turkey and Ankara to visit my family over there. Around 7 years ago was it, sorry. We went to apartment over there, 4 bedrooms apartment. My mom, my dad, my sister, my brother, right now they are citizens here. My sister and brother Riza, sister Zimi. And my brother, 2 brothers were in the jail, Manusher and Akbar. When I got over there, a young guy called us, in 3 years, my brother Akbar is going to be set free. He's going to free, and he's going to. But we had a party. We were so happy. Then and after 3 days, In the morning time, we had a breakfast at 8 a.m. My dad's phone was ringing. And my dad answered and said, a guy, young guy, his name was Behnam. I knew him because I was calling him, talk to him, and he was reporting about my brother and youngster inside of jail, what happened to them. He was giving us news every time. And he said, forward the phone to my uncle Morad, who is sitting here. My dad passed the phone to my uncle. When my uncle was talking, you know, and then I understood he's just running. He wants to leave this living room, and he went to last bedroom, and then I understood his body's shaking, and I understood something bad happened to my late brother, and then suddenly I grabbed the phone. I thought my late brother is so sick because he was in hunger strike. And then I told Behnam, this is Nasrin. Tell me, I'm a strong lady. I can bear. Don't worry. Tell me what happened. And he said, Nasrin, your brother was killed by Islamic regime last night. Oh my God. I cannot forget for the rest of my life in that night. Like whole world came dark in front of my eyes. I screamed loudly. I said, no, no, no. Because of stupid and brutal Islamic regime took my brother. I cannot explain to you. I cannot describe that night. And my mom, my dad, they were shocked. And my little nephew, Farhan, he was just 7 years old kid. And my niece, Shagaya, was 8 years old. And my another baby niece, she was just 3 years old. They were crying. My sister-in-law, Sohra, and my another sister-in-law, Azita, they were crying. My brother Reza was crying. My mom suddenly opened the luggage, and that t-shirt, red t-shirt, I bought my late brother because he lost the color, red color. And then my mom opened the luggage and wore that red shirt and told to everybody, why you're crying? If regime took my son away, if the regime, Islamic regime, killed my son, Akbar is not dead. Today I am Akbar, my mom. I'm proud of my mom. And she said, I will fight with the regime, with this brutal regime. If Akbar was killed by regime, there would be thousands of Akbars who they follow his path. They're going to fight with regime. Yes, my mom was a hero, and she's still a hero. She had, and there are many youngsters after Akbar. They came to on the street, they fought with the regime, and the regime killed them. Yes, I have some names of those students were killed by Islamic regime, like Nida, tyranny, and Sattar Beheshti. He was a weblog writer. Just a weblog writer, maybe 1,000 view, you know, the people, view his weblog. And regime took him to jail for just 5 days. Torture him and kill him under torture. Young student. And it was young guy and weblog writer. Another guy, Afshino Sanlu, who organized a rally, and the regime took him jail and for labor rally and torture him and kill him. Saeed Zain Ali, a young student from 1999. That time the regime arrested my late brothers from more than 10 years ago. His mother is still looking everywhere, and she's telling to everywhere, where is my son? I cannot, every jail, every places. But I can't find my son. Where is my son? Tell me, is he alive or no, he's dead? She doesn't know anything. She wrote many letters. Who can be her voice? You guys, most of you guys, you are mother or father. You have children. You can feel it. You know, if something happened, get your children sick. What happened to you guys? Imagine those mothers. They are mother and father. They're losing regime, taking their children and torturing, kill them, or they don't have any news. More than 10 years. And then we have many names. I cannot tell them, like Nida Sultan, Taraneh Musavi, Sohrab Arabi, and many more. They were executed, raped, regime raped them, or burned their body like a Taraneh. Regime raped her. 5 years ago was a huge demonstration in Tehran. The regime arrested young lady, young, beautiful, innocent lady. They took her jail, raped her, and then burned her body. This is all doing by the name of Islam, brutal Islam. Thank you so much.
I wanted, now Nasrin's uncle, Morad, is here, and we asked him to say a few words because Morad, he's Iranian as well. He's an engineer. He went back to Iran after training in United Kingdom, and he actually worked with a radical organization that was fighting traditional Islam because the signs were on the wall about Khomeini. And he had the pleasure of spending time in jail and being tortured. And he's now here in the United States, and he sends television broadcasts into Iran to advocate for free elections. And so could you say a few words about what you're doing to free the people in Iran, and tell us what we should be doing here in the United States?
Sure. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here with you. And when I saw Nani talking about Islam and the roots of Islam and what we are here today, because how we can prevent America to become an Islamic state or something similar to that. When I was a student a long time ago, I was blessed with the mathematics, and a lot of students were, from the high school to the university, were coming to me and asking me questions to help them solve the questions of mathematics, because I was very good at that. And one thing was in common in all of them, and that was they didn't understand the question itself. They didn't know what the question is actually asking. When I explained the question for them, at least they could solve 50% of it. With the Western people, we have the same problem about the Islam. As Nanis and Nasrin, both of them mentioned, you have to be born in Islamic state to understand and to feel what is going on there, what is the mentality. All of us go to a university and study with the same professor, with the same textbook, and every subject is the same, but when it comes to test, to take exam, is it fair or is it advisable to say, you guys stay there, open book, you guys cannot do any open books. Just do it as, closed book. Are we talking a fair and just, example? No. Western people are going to fight or to defend themselves or to do something about Islam with the face, with the manner, with the style of democracy and truthfulness. Are you facing the other people democratic, truthful, And same as you or no? Are you all doing open books, or some of you doing open books, and some of them you're being forced to do closed books for the same subject, same teacher, and same class? That is not how you can fight or defend yourself as far as the Islam is concerned. If I wanted to talk about Islam, I have to go days and days, actually about 4 or 5 sessions on my TV, 2 hours every session. I talked very briefly about Islam. I couldn't finish it. But the Islam itself, what is it? How long time do I have, sir? How many minutes?
10 minutes.
Okay. I'll try to grab that one. And, you know, what is the Islam? Is the Islam a really way of living, or is something else? Who brought Islam? Muhammad, as Nani very well said, that when the religion, the idol worshipping in those areas were very, very outdated, people were looking for some other saviors, and a lot of people were looking around Judaism or Christianity. Even people from Iran went to all the way to those areas, like somebody named Salman Farsi. I think Nani might be familiar with that. He became Christian because he was looking for some other religion. And Muhammad was related to Nofel, the cousin of Khadija, his wife, rich wife. He was telling him the story about Judaism. Muhammad knew everything about Judaism. He learned from him. And he was, as you know, he tried to bring a religion, a fake religion, but he couldn't do it. Okay, if a person is from the God, imagine that Jesus or Moses, the way they treated and the people around him, how they believed him, how they became followers. Look at the Muhammad. At the age of 40, he says, I am the prophet of the God. Today I've been selected in the cave of Hira that you're the prophet of the God. In 3 years, 3 people believe him. Who are those 3 people? His wife, his 11-year cousin is on his custody, and his slave, Zayd ibn Haris. For 3 years, nobody believes him. Okay, my name is Morad. I have uncles, aunts, cousins, relatives, friends. I was brought up there for 40 years. They should know me. They should know how truthful I am, or how bad, type of person I am. What type of person I am? He has 4 uncles. None of them believe in me. He has a lot of cousins. None of them believe in me. He has 4 or 5 aunts. None of them believed in me. He has 5 daughters, except from Fatima, which was very small. None of the other believed him. He has son-in-law. Nobody believes him. Even his uncle threw a stone on his head and was trying to kill him, Abdullah. You see, this person from the start is a lie. From the start is a lie. And these people, when they claim to bring the religion of the God, there was a council made by Abu Bakr, his 6 people. They said, let's get him. This is a good, opportunity. Why the Christians should attack us? Why the Judaism should attack us? Let's get this and promote it. Who promote this? Abu Bakr, Abdul Rahman Uf, and about 6 people. Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas and the other people. They tried to promote him. The very first war, the war of Islam against the other is Ghazawah. She was talking about the Khandaq Ghazawah, when they surrounded around the city that the Jewish people were there. The first Ghazawah of Muhammad is against who? His own people. The first person who is after the Habil and Qabil, the sons of Adams who killed each other, the second brother killing brother as a legal, as a, justified cause is Ali, Muhammad's son-in-law, his cousin. He killed his brother Abu Talib and a lot of other religious, relatives. They're killing within themselves. And the other thing is that Muslims, okay, they have a thing called taqiyya. Taqiyya, it comes from the word taqwa, which means the cleansing your soul and everything. And taqiyya means you can lie. Look what they say. You can lie, justify your cause, even if it's not true. And they put the name taqiyya, means cleansing your soul. Which lie can cleanse your soul? I can go on telling the story about the Islam and the fake of the Islam and the way they treat the people that days and days. But imagine this. Going there, being a nice guy, saying, these are Muslim, their religion, these are good Muslims. Mr. Dr. Pipe, he comes as the expert of the, unfortunately, he comes as the expert of the American people with the Islamists, who know this is moderate Islam and hardliner. There is no moderate. There is one Islam. And this Islam you see is this Islam. Of course, there are two types of Islams. One, when they have the power. The other one is when they don't have power. These are the only two types you can see. The one they don't have the power, they come to you high, they bend. In Iran, they were bending so far, kissing the hands of Queen Farah before revolution, when they didn't have the power. When they had the power, they want to behead all of them. There are two types of Islam. Islam underdog, or Islam when they have a power. No modern Islam. There is only one Islam. And that Islam is from the Quran. In Quran you will see more killing than saving life. And there is nobody in the world at the end, especially with from the Shiite section of the Sharia, is worse than Sunni, more militant than Sunni. At the end, Imam Zaman, the 12th Imam, comes there and has his sword. And there are two lines: believers, non-believers, Muslim and non-Muslim. The only people will stay alive, not dead, is the Muslims. The rest, it doesn't say Christian, Jew, Buddhism or something. Muslim, non-Muslim. And imagine this. You go around, people like, President like Obama or George Bush, I don't have any hard feeling from anybody, but I believe that my people should be educated. They solve themselves by themselves, not waiting for Mr. Bush or Mr. Jack Straw or somebody else from some other places to be saved. That wouldn't be saved. That would be another type of slavery. People have to, liberate themselves. The thing is that you imagine this: a person, a country, a government that believes that Imam, the 12th Imam comes there with the sword, and there is two lines, believer, non-believer, and this sword will cut out the head of the non-believer. Now, in this era, you give him a switch button, which is called atomic bomb. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? That's why you don't understand when Rafsanjani says Israel should be, wiped out, or Ahmadinejad says that. You don't understand. I really shiver when they say things like this. They would do it. These people, they do not understand nationalism. Not in a bad word, the real truth. Nationalism. If you look at Iran, he's helping who? Rich Iranian people. There are a lot of poverty there. Why? Because the Gaza is being helped. Hezbollah, Lebanon is being helped. In Chechen, they're being helped. In Sudan, they're being helped by Iranian government, with Iranian people's money, but the Iranians live in poverty. They do not have any nationality. They are internationalists as far as the, country comes into it. My view is this: one, you have to fight your enemy at least equal their own sword. Not to become here, say, okay, we want to respect religion. Okay, you want to respect religion, you want to let them come to the USC and put a, big exhibition about the Islam and Quran and everything. You ask them, where are you from? For instance, Saudi Arabia. Okay, my guys want to come to your country and put the same thing. Would you allow me? If they say no, you shouldn't allow them. You should ask the government, don't allow them. Allow the people to do things here that they will allow you to do it in their country. Otherwise, don't do that. Why would you allow 85 mosques from, from Orange County to here, to Los Angeles, that if you go to the Jeddah, they don't allow you to travel to the Mecca because if you're a Christian. They don't give you visa for Mecca or Medina. You see, we are being very naive. I'm sorry there is no time that I could talk and say. There are so many things I have to put them all in a package in 10 minutes is almost impossible. It was very nice talking to you.
Wow.
Yeah.